13 to 16 rolls.
Boy, they sure like to spend money.
Microphone, right?
Yeah, go ahead, pick it up.
Yeah, how do you like this microphone?
This is Ron from Maine again, who has switched off my Kenwood to my Yaesu 950. Looking for another audio report, if you would.
So, Carl, did you go out?
Give me one, please.
Yeah, I didn't see you there. No, I had another commitment, I'm working with Sunday and maybe 20 kids. And so unfortunately I couldn't do it, but I would have liked to have been there. Oh, yeah, it was nice. I got to meet some people I talked to and hadn't actually met face-to-face. And Tim, HHN, he rode out with me. So we had a nice drive, and it was a nice time. And I got my T-shirt. You say you had your T-shirt on? I got one of those T-shirts today. Wow, what's it look like? Oh, it's gray, and it says Toad Harbor on it, and I can't wait to check it out. Very nice. Well, that's a nice reward.
And Joe came, Joe from down in Connecticut came.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Joe's got a very good one. And Bo Peep.
Bo Peep was there.
Was Bo Peep there without Russ?
Of course not.
Yeah, I've got to, I'm going to put some of these devices on Neutron switches so I can turn them off remotely if I forgot to unplug them. So, and then I got to get a very effective way of disconnecting this antenna and connecting it. When I do disconnect it, I connect it to ground.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, that's for sure.
On my antenna that go through this window transfer device. So they're easy to take off manually, but so I take them off, and I was thinking last night when I heard some thunder, I still have my station ground. Disconnecting that ground as well.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I would disconnect that. I would, the only thing in my station that's grounded is the tuner. So the tuner's the only thing. And of course, but don't forget, there's a ground through the coax cable. So what I do is, if just something small's coming, I just disconnect the twin lead. But if there's a wicked lightning storm around, I disconnect the twin lead and the coax, because that disconnects the ground.
Yeah, but the only thing that's vulnerable at that point would be your tuner.
Well, that's true, but I'd rather blow the tuner up than the radio.
Well, then just disconnect your station ground. Well, for my station ground goes in the window as well. So I could unscrew the ground, pull that out, because that's on a big copper space connector that I turn it as tight as I can possibly turn it. And then the oak line is also on space connectors, and they got like plugs, and I unscrew them wing nuts. So it's easy for me to
Yeah, oh boy. Boy, it's really noisy tonight. I'm telling you, really, really noisy.
It's actually quieted down a little bit from about an hour ago.
Yeah, this radio doesn't have enough attenuation. I'm going to have to ride the RF game.
I'm riding mine at 27 right now.
KB2's MVP is in the house.
There he is.
Man, it's good to be home.
I thought...
Yeah, I don't know how many miles we went, but there was a lot.
How was the second half of the trip?
4 hours to breakfast, and then 4.5 hours to docks, and then 2.5 hours home.
How'd things go at docks? Well, I'll tell you something. He's the greatest guy in the world, and he was blown away. He was just shocked when I told him about the military mission that we have in the world famous Toad Harbor Net, and that we have an anonymous donor that loves this country and loves people that help support and build the country and protect the country, and he wants to do a little bit. And then I told him about Dennis, how Dennis was really wanting to see Doc get that amplifier, and he and I were talking about it. I said, well, don't worry. I said, I know the perfect way. So he sold the amplifier for a really great discounted price, and we bought it, and now Doc is the owner of it, and Doc is extraordinarily thankful. He is just a great. He and his wife are great people and salt of the earth, and he just is thrilled to death to have it.
Great. I'm glad that worked out. Did you get to talk to the frogs at the pond?
I didn't see the pond. We were in a big rush because Brownlee was here inside, and he was 13 hours. So we were in like a big rush. I just dropped it off and told Doc, a couple of things, and then we had to go and then get right home. So we just I literally ran to get Brownlee out of the house so he could, and he was fine. He was fine.
Okay, well, I'm good. I'm glad it worked out, and hopefully we'll be hearing it pretty soon. WG2E.
Oh, I got a feeling that you'll be hearing from him. There he is. You got the amp on? You got it tuned up yet? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Better off doing that. And when you tune it, go just step by step. Turn it on, look at the voltmeter, all that, just what the manual says. Around 20 watts a drive. It'll tell you how to do it step by step, and then you'll be fine.
Hey, Randy?
Yeah.
Did you set the delay up on the radio?
I did not.
Well, you better tell him how to do that first. He has the book for that. No, there is no book. You have to know how to do it, right?
Yeah, I can tell him how to do it.
Well, if somebody knows how to do it, tell him how to set that 30 millisecond delay up first.
Well, let's see if he's already done it. Doc, have you done that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You got to go into your... Well, okay, just tell me when you want to... You know what, I'll do this. When you get ready to try that amp, before you try it, call me on the telephone, and I'll walk you through. There's a delay in your radio that will delay the transmit, so you don't have to worry about how to switch it to the rig, or actually the relay in the amp.
You have to also turn off all the lights in the house before he operates it.
That's right. We got to get power to that baby. Doc, what kind of radio do you have again? Okay, very good. Yeah, well, Randy, or obviously Randy and Ray, walk you through that.
I can't because I don't know how to make that adjustment. I mean, I did it in mine, but it's not in the book because when they changed the program to the later radios, that was never in the book. They don't tell you how to do it.
I thought you knew how to do that in your sleep.
Well, somebody must have explained it to me because I did it. It's probably the same as the CW one, but, you'd have to look it up.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting into the exit set and then getting into the others. You got to go to others, and then it comes right up TX delay HF, and you just set it for 30 milliseconds. It's TX, it's exit set, then you go to the others menu, and then you go through the others menu until you find the TX delay. It's really simple.
Boy, summer's here.
You got some big storms, according to these guys, headed your way.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing something way off in the distance now.
They spent 20 minutes on the national news pictures of tornadoes and damage.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad my Kenwood has that high-level processor.
I think we're all a little hot right now, but just to get through all this manic crash. I don't care if I'm too hot. I don't want to be too hot, but I want to be hot.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, it was amazing because Ron from Maine was in here talking for 20 minutes with no processor, and then he finally turned it on, and even with that radio, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I'll turn mine off. This is the compression turned off, talking at the same level, the compression turned off, talking directly into the microphonium, and now this is the compression turned back on, talking at the same level and the same distance from the microphonium.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Now watch mine, because now I'm on high. Okay, that's the processor on high, and there's the processor off. Mary had a little lamb off, and Mary had a little lamb on.
I swear to God, I thought you unkeyed.
Yeah, because I talked too, so I may have just overpowered him.
Oh, you talked?
No, I didn't. It was amazing, like he unkeyed. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. You gotta love the compressor. That's the right purpose for that's the right use for that compression, that device. Well, the old compressors really didn't work very well. So I think a lot of these guys that keep the compression off, it's because they're still operating in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what the problem is.
They can choose to do that, and they're welcome to do it, just as long as they don't do it here. Yeah, Doc.
Who is net control here?
What's that? The TX delay? You should go to 10. You should turn the VFO, and it'll increase. On the TX delay, Doc. It's got to say TX delay.
Yeah, TX delay, one below that.
Yeah, I'm surprised it only goes to 10. You're spinning the VFO.
Oh, I lied. You got to turn it further.
Yeah, you got to give her a good spin. Take it out for a spin, Doc. You want it for maximum 30. If you got 50, put on 50, but I think you only have 30. And what that does is I'm running mine at 30. Obviously, you can't tell, right? All it does is it allows 30 milliseconds before audio is transmitted after radio is keyed. So that gives a chance for your amp relay to key and stop bouncing, and then the audio will come through. And then the power, of course, is on sideband. The audio, pushes the power.
Or you could just use a Quadra.
You have a relay in a Quadra. No, but I'm saying you can't tell on this either. But what it is, so you have to understand something. The way this works, when you key your radio, your audio circuit is live. If your audio circuit's live, that means you're putting power out, and then your radio keys your amp, and that means before your amp is keyed, your radio's putting power, which then your amp keys, and that's hot switching it. Doesn't matter if it's solid state, doesn't matter if it's whatever it is, it's still going to hot switch the amp. So that's why you want the delay.
Hey, Randy, I'm just spinning you up.
And really the best way to do this, you guys, is to key the amp and have the amp key the radio, and then you don't have to worry about it. When the amp closes, have that go to your send line in your radio, and then you're guaranteed not to hurt that relay.
Yeah, some amps have that send out.
Right, and if it doesn't, you can certainly build that with a relay.
Yeah, does your amp have that?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I think the Commander has it too.
And that's really the best way to do it. I should do it that way, but it's easy. It's the best way to do it, but it's easier to do it the way I'm doing it. I'll be back in a second. I've got to go get some bird feed out of the pick-em-up truck.
Another $30 worth of bird seed.
$67. Although it was $67 for the bird feed plus the insulators for Tim's. I had to buy those insulators today.
Oh, well, why do you need insulators for what?
Well, I'm going to go down and build them some Toad Harbor feed line.
Oh, I get it. Okay, very good. Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead. N1 DVL. Had a great time today, by the way. Really good time.
Are you going to thank me now in front of everybody for making you go?
I'm not sure what I'm thanking you for. What am I thanking you for?
Well, you were pissing and moaning about, I don't want to go, and I told you just stop being an a-hole and just get your effing ass. I said a lot of nasty words to you yesterday and told you don't be a jerk, okay? You always say you don't want to go, but then when you go, you talk about all the great time you have.
Well, the only reason I just had this incredible time, the best time of my entire life, is because I found out that the world's listening to Ray on the radio.
Yeah, the waitress, she could have knocked me off the seat with a feather. Okay, I'm going to go and get the bird feed. Be back in a sec. KB2 ZVP.
Trust me, I was in love.
That was pretty amazing.
She should be an actress.
N1 DSK?
Hey, you made it home. Good job, N1 DVL.
Hey, I had a great time. That was good. Breakfast with all the people, a lot of fun.
Yep, that was a lot of fun. I think we should all go to Provincetown for at least the whole weekend. We'll get there on Friday morning and we'll leave on Sunday night. We'd have a great time.
Hey, I'm game for that.
So am I. What a great place to go.
It's been a long time since I've been there. Many, many years, maybe 10 years. It's due another visit.
Yeah, P-Town's a real hoot. It really is. You can't get any better than P-Town.
Hello, Steve.
Good evening. Hopefully we're getting out. It's pretty noisy here.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys.
Hello, Carl. K1 DSK.
Hi, Devin. Certainly nice to meet you today. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk a little bit more, but Tim there, the Brain Trust, you guys were hogging it up.
Oh, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. There's so many smart people, so many interesting people. I can spend hours with each of you guys.
Oh, well, we'll see you at the summit, I'm sure.
So let me bring it down a bit. Hey, Ray, you there?
Yeah, Bob, I'm having a hell of a hard time hearing you. Go ahead.
I figured with the sound thing. So you said separating the men from the boys. I can't resist. You know how they separate the men from the boys in the Navy?
Okay, I got that part. How do you separate the men from the boys?
In the Navy?
No, how?
With a crowbar.
Oh, okay. That's an Army joke, I take it, right?
Yeah, actually, it's a Marine Corps joke.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, good Randy, W2KY. Well, it was good to meet you today, Tootie.
Guys from the pictures that you sent me at the other summits and everything, but yeah, it was really nice. Had a real great time, and the ambiance was nice. The company was great, the conversation, and the food was very nice too. So a win-win all around, and a nice drive.
There's only one thing I want different.
What's that? A waitress that's not engaged?
No, I want to meet a general next time.
I'll try, Ray, but you may be too intimidating for them.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Just bring me a guy like MacArthur. He'll be beating me over the head with his corncob pipe.
Yeah, the guy you'd probably like chatting with is McChrystal. I think you two would pretty darn good.
Oh, any of those guys. I just think they're great.
Yeah, that was a good crop. That was a real good crop.
Yeah, MacArthur wasn't particularly well liked.
Now, there was baggage galore there. Hey, Russ, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead. KC-1RS.
When you were in the Air Force, were the A-7 Corsairs still around, or had they been phased out when you got in?
Oh, they were still flying them when I was in there. There weren't very many of them left, but there were just enough of them to gag you and blind you with their crappy exhaust on the ramp.
The black smoke trail long before I saw them, but when I was in, they flew a lot of the close air support.
Come on, that's one of the greatest airplanes ever made.
What, the A-7s?
Yeah, that's the what do they call that? Wasn't that called the Thunderbolt?
No, the Corsair too.
Okay, the Warthog?
We used to call them Sloughs.
What's the one they had during they had it in Vietnam and they had it in Korea? It was a prop-driven, four-bladed prop, like 3,000 horsepower radial. What plane is that?
81 Skyraider.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of, the Skyraider, right?
Could carry more ordnance than its own weight.
Yeah, what a great airplane that was. That was a great plane. How do you think they used to park an aircraft carrier? You ever see them do that where they had the planes on the deck?
Yeah, a lot of that Vietnam footage with the A-1s, and you just saw them flying along. You couldn't even see the bottom of the wing because of all the bombs they had loaded on. I swear to God, the entire wing must have been a hard point on that thing.
Yeah, one of the great airplanes. One of the great airplanes of all time.
Tootie, these massive aircraft carriers and ships and stuff that we have that are the nuclear-powered subs, if they get blown up, what happens to that nuclear fallout? I mean, is that how much do they carry? How much damage can the nuclear fallout cause?
I can't, I don't know all that much about them. I do that there is more than two, there's so much redundancy on those things, and they're encapsulated, and when anything bad happens, they scram, and I guess it's graphite moderators that go in there, and it basically stops the reaction.
I'm talking about if they get blown up by a massive ordnance, somebody develops something that can just cut right through the center of the thing and get into that nuclear reactor.
Well, don't forget, it's going to be underwater.
Yeah, I guess so, and I don't know. I don't know that scenario. I'm thinking that if it actually can get to the reactor and blow it apart, then you scatter fissionable material all over the place would be my guess, but I'm just guessing. I don't know what they're, how they figure it out. We ought to ask the Russians. They've done it regularly, so.
What happens to the ships? I mean, don't we have, are our ships only diesel powered?
You mean the surface ships?
Yeah.
We had but they've been all decommissioned, so we have the carriers and the subs are new powered. All the other surface ships are gas turbine. I think gas turbines are diesels. We don't have any more steam powered ships, I don't think.
Roger.
Transports are diesels, I'm guessing.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Randy. Good evening. How was ride home?
It was good. It was good. Doc is in here, and he's super excited. He was very excited when he saw the amp, and he's reading the book right now, and he'll be, I'm sure, making some tests here sometime this evening. But everything went good. We went over to Doc's house. It took us about 4.5 hours to get to the place, and then a few hours to get home. So it was. We just got home a little bit ago. It was a great day. Had a nice ride today.
You're a trooper, Randy.
Hey, a lot of driving today, a lot of driving. So Doc is warming up the amplifier. He's cooking it.
Yeah, he's got it. It's wired for 110, and that works for him right now. So he's going to do that, and then at some point he'll probably switch it to 220, but no need to do it tonight.
Is he on frequency?
Yeah, he's reading his book on it. I don't think he wants to talk right now.
Okay, hello Doc, if you hear me, good evening. Kilo 1 Delta Sierra Kilo. We had a fun breakfast today.
Doc, go ahead.
Please relay, no copy here, static crashing.
Yeah, Devin, is your amp turned on? Is Devin's amp on? I wonder if his 20-minute timer timed out.
All set? No, I'm on the backup radio, backup amplifier. FTDX 3000 SP Expert.
Well, I was going to say, you sound good tonight.
Hey, well, you keep changing. That keeps me busy, So there's no rust on this equipment.
What microphone are you running on the 3000?
MD 100.
Yeah, that really sounds good. It sounds good through this noise, that's for sure.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I got same setting as Jeff, VE3W, I guess, in Canada. He sent me settings, and it should be wider transmission also. So I like this audio. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. It's 4KC wide. That's probably why it sounds so good.
Yeah, every once in a while I like to use this. When I'm lazy to turn the computer on and everything, just play with this.
That's okay. You can still buy a Kenwood any day now. The price has just come down. Special. They're having a special today.
Well, Ray, I tell you, it is so difficult to make choices now with Yaesu 101 FTDXD, the K4 from Elecraft, the Kenwood, and 7610. A lot of choices, a lot of good stuff coming out.
Wait a minute. You forgot the new Ten-Tec.
What? I thought the company died a lot of time, long ago.
No, Ten-Tec has a brand new radio out.
Are you serious or pulling my leg?
I'm dead serious, yes.
I have not seen that. Where did you hear this?
It was on somebody sent me a link from a Ten-Tec site.
Is it an SDR?
I'll see if I can find. I think it is, yes. I think it's the new Ten-Tec SDR.
Yeah, okay.
When was the last time they came out with a product?
Quite a while ago, probably 10 years.
Hey, Ray, I'm eating dinner, leftover from yesterday, with my chutney, mint, and coriander, the eggplant, tomato, and all this. Some chicken in there. Oh my God, it tastes so much better next day.
Yeah, a lot of food really tastes. That's one thing about Italian food. It usually always tastes better the next day.
But anything you use herb and spices, they soak in, and they really, really taste good next day.
I'm going to give you my recipe. It's kind of a cold weather recipe. It's called polenta in chicken or hunter's chicken, and it's just a great wintertime recipe.
Ray, my father-in-law is an opera singer, and besides that, he is an excellent chef. he has sung with Pavarotti and all the big people, and all they do is cook. Pavarotti was also a good chef, good cook. So he makes the best polenta, just out of this world. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, at least it's cornmeal. It doesn't have gluten in it.
Oh, you can get so many different food if you cook at home. You don't have to have gluten. It's only outside restaurants. That's a problem. At home, there are so many options once you go out and do good shopping and you're a cook. Oh, I just love the food.
Yep, well, I think I got all the gluten out of my diet finally. I'm not eating anything with gluten in it now at all.
Okay, I'll have a delivery for some good food for you. All you have to do is pop up in a saucepan, heat on stovetop, and you can eat it. Because you can eat next day or day after. So one of these days, when I'm in a good mood, and you have been very nice to me, I'll get you a very nice dinner.
Randy, did you hear that?
I heard it.
I'm always nice to you.
Wait a minute. You are mostly nice. Don't say always. I can find few exceptions.
Oh, well, I think you're just a little bit overly sensitive there. You know I have a great... Listen, I've told you this before, but it bears telling you again. I have a great deal of respect for you. A great deal of respect for you. So if I sound a little terse once in a while, it's probably only because I'm frustrated.
Ray, thank you. That means a lot. So all the past... things, everything forgotten, pardoned, nothing. So you are good.
Well, just put that in your permanent memory this time, because I have told you that before. I mean, you're just an incredible man, and I certainly realize that. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to be too nice. I'll get a bad reputation.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to... Ray, you are a huggable bear. You are so cute and nice in person. You'll be a good grandpa.
Yeah, let's hope so. Okay, anyway, go ahead, Brandy. Back to you or anybody else who wants it. This is N1 Delta Victor Lima.
I got nothing. Somebody else pick it up. I'm gonna get sick in my mouth here with all this this nicey BS that's going on here.
Yeah, right. It's gonna turn into some other net.
And probably on 40 meters.
Reputation.
Yep, that's right. We're gonna move back to 40 meters where we met that fine gentleman the other day who was having the pre-net to the net.
That's how good nets get started, right? They got to kick some other net out of their way.
Yeah, well, don't we know that, especially on 40 and or 80. When we first used to go on 80, and Randy will bear this out, several years ago, we couldn't get on there for more than 2 or 3 minutes, and somebody'd be in there throwing us off their particular frequency. Boy, it seems like it's quieting down a little bit here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's an interesting story. It's too bad. It's almost impossible to get Randy to tell it.
Randy did a good job today. I'll tell you, Randy, that waitress, I bet you she's an actress. I bet you she's an actress working as a waitress until she gets a good acting job.
Yeah, she was pretty. I got to tell you, I was even surprised. At how well she pulled that off.
She did a great job. I mean, a great job.
All right, she was a little young for you.
Yeah, she was definitely too young for me. But Devin, she was nice. She was a nice girl. That's the important thing. Finding somebody who's nice.
I will second that. Yeah, she was pretty nice and pretty good. Good looking too. Hey, Randy, how many miles did you put on your truck today?
How many miles? I don't know. I know yesterday I put on probably 500 miles, so today I probably put on, I don't know, a lot.
Oh, 500 yesterday? What did you do?
Yeah, we were out to Buffalo yesterday. That's oh no, what am I saying? I think it's 180 miles. So not even, well, yeah, probably with the running around 400 miles yesterday, and probably 500 and something today.
And how many miles are on that truck now?
87,000.
Ah, you're catching my Impala fast.
What do you have your Impala?
96.
I have 156 on my Honda.
Ah, it's just getting broken in.
Yeah, I never sell used cars. I just run them into ground.
Yeah, it's the only way.
What year Impala?
It's a 2001.
Crying in the bucket. I thought you had like an antique or something.
Well, that is, by this day and age, it is an antique, but the thing is, it's brand new. I mean, it's in absolute mint condition. No rust, no nothing. It doesn't go out in the winter, and it hardly ever goes out in the rain.
Hey,
Roger.
The bottom, if you put it up on a lift, the bottom looks just like the top.
Hey, Ray.
Yes, go ahead, Russ.
When you, what kind of rig does Doc got? Has he got a 7600?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's nothing in the manual on that. I looked for I wasn't sure. I thought he did have one. They don't have anything published on the manual, but I think there's a way to do that for sure, like you said.
Yeah, Randy got him to do it. Yeah, because that's got the upgrade. Once they did the last upgrade, they put that in there, but it was, never in the manual.
There's you can get at ICOM, you can get the page.
Yeah, well, that's a great radio, and I certainly, if I owned the 7600, I'd be in no rush to get rid of it.
I'll tell you something. I was looking at his radio clearly today, and he's got that display. I don't know what his settings are, but it looks just spectacular. I was really shocked.
What color is it?
I would have to. I think it's the same as mine, blue and white. But it looks so nice, that radio.
Yeah, they're very nice radios. They really are. It's really a shame that they couldn't find a way to upgrade the display and make it more like the one in the 7610. Then what they should have done is just change it to 7610 on the front panel, change the color of the case maybe just a little one way or the other, and upgraded the display. That would have been the best move they could have made.
Well, I like what you said. If you got a 7600, there's no sense to upgrade, because the upgrade you're going to do is going to cost you a lot of money, and you're not going to see that much difference.
Well, yeah, it depends. In my case, you see a lot of difference. Unfortunately, it's all bad.
Well, I'm saying the upgrade that is worth doing is going to cost you well over $3,000 to upgrade from that radio, and if you're not getting, I just don't think it's worth it. That's such a great rig.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's a shame. It really is. You said not to belay it, but they really screwed up. They really screwed up when they built that thing. But you got to admit that Kenwood and Yaesu, looked at what they did and then said, we're not going to make that mistake.
You don't know that.
Well, I would agree that they probably were the first people to buy the 7610, the first one they could get a hold of. By the way, were you in here when Randy was talking about what Rob Sherwood said to him about when he got to Dayton or whatever they call that now?
No, I think was that last night.
Randy, tell Ray how Rob got attacked by the Yaesu engineers.
No, wait one second. I don't think I can hear Randy, so just say a few words first, Randy.
Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white as snow. W2KRY on the 40.
Okay, I can hear you. A few minutes ago, I really couldn't hear you, but yeah, go ahead.
I got a call from Rob Sherwood yesterday after a bunch of emails back and forth. I just wanted to say hi to him, and he mentioned when he got to Dayton and got set up and met the powers that be from Yazoo. They were thrilled. They were head over heels in awe that he was able to find a 101 to test before Dayton. And they couldn't figure out how he did it because, you know, he's such a stand-up guy. He won't take any units directly from the factory because in the past they've been cherry-picked and tweaked to portray something that they weren't. So they were happy that he was able to find one, and they were happy that his numbers basically agree with the numbers that they published in every brochure. So that agreed. They agreed, and they were pleasantly surprised and shocked that he got one so fast and was able to test it. And I thought originally that I had the 1008 unit that was produced, but it turns out I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 101D to hit America on my desk. Well, it's in Denver right now, but it's mine.
Right, so did you explain he should have explained to Yazoo that it came from the world-famous Toad HarborNet, who has connections all over the Earth.
Yes, Rob wore his T-shirt with the lightning bolts all day long.
Yeah, Rob not only got one of the first Yazoos in the country, he also got he wore the first 2019 Toad Harbor Summit T-shirt, and he said he told me today it was hot out there, and he wore it all day long, and he really appreciated it.
I haven't got one yet, but Rob has one.
It's too bad you didn't have a couple thousand to sell at the thing.
Yeah, I could have cut Robin for when he's giving his talk. I could have cut him in on a little bit of the profit. And oh, by the way, fellas, you see this wonderful T-shirt I'm wearing? You can pick them up in the back. One day, Ray, we'll get there.
Hey, Randy, KRY. So, how do you like your new Yazoo?
Devin, you're weak as heck, but I can hear you. How do I like my new? I'm not sure. It was on my desk for about 4, maybe 5 days, and I packed it up. And in the best interest of Ham Universe, I sent it to Rob Sherwood.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk about the features when we have less noise. I have a lot of questions for you, but save it for another day.
Did you hear what he said? He does not have it.
Yeah, right. Bob Sherwood have it. Yeah.
Well, you better give him some time to turn it back on and figure out the features.
Whoa. I just got an overload.
Is your overlight lit up, Randy?
It sounded like something out of the Ithaca area.
Well, I got it turned on, but I'm not driving it very hard, about 50 watts.
How's it doing on the watt meter?
Which meter?
The watt meter. How's it putting out?
Randy, he was joking. He's the watt meter? He gets it now, Doc.
That went right over my head.
Nice start.
That Doc's a good one.
You know what? I was so interested in the answer, I just missed it. Normally I wouldn't miss that, I guess, but I just blew it.
Yeah, about 500 watts.
20 over here in Liverpool, New York. Coming in here in Albany.
And not a second too soon.
Oh, I could push it a lot harder, but man, the plate loaded way up at 7. That scared the hell out of me.
With all this noise in here tonight, you need it.
Well, it's definitely putting out a whole lot more than my other.
Yeah, don't kill it tonight. You get used to it a little bit, make sure it runs real good, and then you can, little by little, give her a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I'm not, it's working. It was real scary loading up, though, because it says in the middle to start at 4, and I did, and I couldn't get it to dip, and I kept going up and up and up, and the power kept coming up, and geez, I ended up with the plate on 7, and it, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Those numbers don't mean anything on those Ameritron amps. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't even look at the numbers. I just run. I watch the watt meter and watch the current, and that's what I do. And then wherever the numbers wind up, they wind up.
Okay, good enough, because that's basically what I did. It wouldn't take any more load than 3 without dropping down, so I don't know. This thing lights up the house.
W1GC.
Hey, he made it home.
I never seen a tube so bright in my life.
Yeah, I made it home. It was a lot nicer of a trip home than it was up. But had fun. Glad to see y'all, and look forward to the next one.
Boy, does that radio sound great.
The next one will be even better, because that's going to be an all-day event, and then we can hang out for a while and eat, burgers or whatever, and whatever anybody brings, and just have time to talk to each other instead of just, a little bit here and a little bit there. It's much nicer when you've got hours and hours to spend.
As you can see, I like to eat.
Yeah, I got a little campsite out back there. Maybe come August I can get you guys to come up here.
That'd be kind of cool.
And my birthday's the 12th.
So did you find room for the amplifier?
Oh, yeah. No monitor no more up there, but,
Could you just take out the other ones and move them out of the way and put it there?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. They're laying on the bed where this was.
I gotcha.
But I got my MSJ watt meter on top, so I got to figure out where to put that different, so I can put that monitor back up there. I need that there.
Absolutely you do, yeah.
Man, this thing is quiet.
Well, Dennis took good care of it. You can tell that. He used to use that, and he took it out of line, so you could get that. So make sure you say something to Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, thank you.
What model was that?
It's a AL80B.
Excellent.
It's big and pretty, and got fancy meters and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and you got that nice glow there to light up your room.
I know, it's so cool. It first scared the hell out of me.
A real tube, not one of these stupid metal things.
What'd you just do?
What?
To the kitchen and see if I can't get a glass of wine out of that jug out there. I'll be back in a flash. KB2ZVP.
Oh no, wine in a box?
In the jug, I said, the jug out there.
Oh, okay, just checking.
WA2ES. The jug box.
I'll tell you though, the black box wine is pretty dang good.
Oh my God! Please go get the wine out of the bottle. You sound like you're. Next thing you're going to be telling me you're taking out your 520S. Go ahead, Good Mike. Was that Good Mike?
No.
Oh, I thought it was Good Mike. Boy, I'll tell you, it is really brutal in here tonight.
Hey, Ray, you got your audio turned up a little bit more? You're a little distorted, but louder than you usually are.
Yeah, I got the compressor on hard.
You're hard, all right.
Yeah, we did a test with it earlier when Randy was mobile, and everybody said it's much more readable like this, although, you know, if the signal's good and strong like it would be to you, it's going to be way overboard, but when you're barely hearing the guy, it makes a difference.
No, I agree.
I read all the articles from back in the 70s, and you can run up to 20 dB of compression, 20 dB if you got low distortion, and the readability keeps on increasing up to about 20 dB.
Wow, that's a lot.
Right, well, under really bad conditions, you know, you wouldn't want to run that under good conditions, but under bad conditions, that's what you want to run. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring mine up right now, and I am going to go to, let's see, temperature, hang on, SWRs, compression. Let's see where the compression's going right now. Hello. I'm going to about 16 dB on the compression.
All right, and I'm about, let's see, where am I? Compression, about 10.
Now, let me look it on the meter. Hello. Yep, right at 15 dB.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm right at 10. So, between 5 and 10. If I talk really loud, it goes up to about 12.
Yeah, well, that's good. That radio sounds beautiful. I mean, that radio really sounds good. You know, it really does. So, you don't have to go buy a new radio. You just need a new antenna. That's all.
That's my goal this summer, is to get up to 240 foot. Once I get things rolling, I'll give you a shout or talk to Randy. Somebody email me a shopping list with the order.
Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's certainly not a difficult thing to get. Just getting it up in the air is probably the hard part. That's the trouble I'm having here. I'm trying to get the chute from in the woods and, you know, over all the tops of the trees into my yard. And the arrow, I fired about 5 or 6 arrows. I lost one. The other one just, you know, backfired 2 or 3 times. And finally, I got one that went, and I didn't know where it was, so I spooled all the reel onto the ground. I just took the rest of the stuff off the reel, put it all in a pile on the ground, and tied it to a tree that was probably 50 feet there. And when I came back this morning, it was all reeled out. And I said, well, that arrow's got to be on the ground. So I pulled it, and I could see the arrow. The arrow was sticking right, you know, the tip of the arrow was on the ground. That stops when it hits the ground. So I went down, and there was no way I could get that through the woods, because it came down through a whole ton of branches. So I just cut it off at the arrow and went back and wheeled it all up around my fingers and threw it in the trash. And I got, instead of using 30-pound test, I'm using 10-pound test. So if it holds, that'll give me the difference, and I should be able to get the arrow into my yard, and then I can put up my 4-wire antenna again.
Nice. Starting early this year.
Yes, I've been getting beat by Randy and by Dennis, and it's either get an antenna that's equal or better, or kill myself, one or the other.
Ray, tell Joe how to use that high boost or whatever you've got going on there, because I can't hear him. He's got a good enough signal, but his audio is really mellow. Can you get him to do this? Does he have the same setting you have?
I do not know. Let's see. You got to press and hold the processor button. Press and hold the processor button. And does the screen come up and it says effect and level?
I got effect, soft or hard.
Yeah, effect. Put it on hard.
Let's see. I'm on hard.
I'll talk a little more.
So yeah, I'm on hard, so I don't have much processing in. I can turn it up a little bit there. I don't know if that made a difference there, but I went from about 10 o'clock up to 12 o'clock.
Okay, is he sounding any better, Randy?
He sounds better, but it's nothing like you sound. He doesn't have near the highs in his audio either. And it's hard to hear him because he sounds super, but he just hasn't got that ass.
Right, well, that's what everybody likes to hear, that nice bodacious audio, but the problem is it just doesn't cut through.
Yeah, he's got a good signal, but he just hasn't got the powerful audio, and this noise like this, you need it.
Well, he seemed pretty intelligent, Randy, so we can probably, with a little work, we can probably get through to him.
You know how I know he's intelligent?
Yeah, I know how I would. He's driving a Japanese motorcycle.
No, that's a negative, but that's okay. Okay, the reason I know he's smart, okay, is because he's been twisted and pissed many times, and he keeps coming back.
Oh, that's good. That makes a great Toad Harbian.
Oh, God.
So I was coming back, I was wearing my Toad Harbor t-shirt. I went into a Stewart's, and the girl saw it, and she says, "Are you Ray?"
I'm going to believe every one of you.
Thanks for the t-shirt, Randy. That's really nice. It's really nice. It's well laid out, and I like the color combination and everything. It's right in my colors.
Wait till you see the ones for this year. This year's are better. Rob Sherwood. The ones for last year, like the ones that I'm wearing, it just came out way too dark. It was too hard to read the letters, but they're okay. But the ones that we have for this year, you'll certainly see the lettering a lot better, and it's actually a little bit higher quality T-shirt. We found even some better T-shirt material.
I'll tell you, I like it. It's got that subdued tactical look. I'm right at home with it.
Did anybody ask Rob Sherwood what the Toad Harbor net was?
He said he didn't get any comments.
Wow, that's amazing.
They already know, Ray.
So, Randy?
Yeah.
So I didn't have my phone with me, but I went out to my vertical antenna and I got one of those ground plates, and sitting on the ground plate was a little toad. And I said, oh, dang, I wish if I had my iPhone and I'd take a picture of the little guy. The toad sitting on my radial plate, for the Toad Harbor nets.
Oh, that would have been a perfect picture, sure.
That truly would have been. That would have been really, really great.
Especially today, you just had a big get-together with the toads.
Yeah, opportunity lost, so it's right, not having my phone, continually with me.
I went back to soft because I think the lightning's letting up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Tim. Is this still too bassy, you think?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a very, very flat-sounding system, yes.
Okay, how about if I bring it back to here? What's this do for you? KB2 ZVP.
Let me hear it both ways.
Okay, this is -3, -3. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. And this is where it was on -1. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go on 1. And back to -3. Back to -3.
-3 is clearly superior.
Okay, I'll leave it here. I don't know why it was up so high. I don't know. I get fidgeting and playing, and I just get things goofed up.
No, when you go to 80 meters and everybody helps you with your audio.
Yeah, I've asked a lot on 80 meters.
That's perfect. It sounds like you're on helium.
Helium!
That radio, when that radio's run right by a competent operator, that thing really cuts through.
That sounds like the compliment I got from Tim today.
Tell me the exact wording he used, and I'll tell you if he was right or wrong.
He said, Randy, I don't want to really. I want to sound better. I want to sound like you. If I could just sound like you, I would be happy. I know I can never sound like Ray, but I'd be happy if I could sound like you.
That Tim is a really, really sharp older gentleman.
Yeah, so he sets achievable goals for himself. Is that it, Randy?
Yeah, he's something. He's been breaking my stones for 30 years, and I love every single time he does. He is a great friend. I truly, really, he's one of those guys that I love to hear him every time he talks.
I still think the mic for that radio would probably be the MXL1 if it had enough drive.
Yeah, if he had I was going to stop and see if I couldn't get a hold of the MXL from Mike today, and then bring down my audio booster, that amplifier, and give that to Tim so he could wire it all up. But it's a little bit complicated, and I promised that to Bruce, and I want to make sure Bruce gets it. So I couldn't give it to Tim because I've already made a promise to Bruce.
Yeah, okay. Well, the thing is, is it the same one that Chris has?
Yeah, it's the same. It's a 2 amp. They work the same. It's the one that John has, BYP. It's one that Mike has. Remember how good Mike sounded with his? It's the same one that Mike has.
Yeah, but is it the exact same model that Chris has?
I don't think it's the exact same model, no, but it's at least as good.
Yeah, well, see, I don't fool around. If I was gonna do that, I would buy the one that Chris has, because I've never heard one sound as good as when Chris puts that thing in there.
When I had my 7610 in the shop, I was using the MXL on the 746, and you guys said it was okay.
Where was the mic gain?
Hang on, and I'll check.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
I was listening this morning doing laundry, and I thought it was hilarious when Tim accused you of lying to him because he couldn't find the setting and you couldn't remember.
Oh, yeah. Tim's a riot.
That was fun. He did sound a lot better, though.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay, well, then it probably does have enough mic gain.
Well, he's got a mic he can use now, which works fine, and if he wants to try another mic, he can.
Right, well, that mic certainly sounds better than the other one, but again, like I say, it just doesn't sound like I would want it to sound, and I don't know what one would, but I would guess if anyone sounded good, it would be the MXL.
Oh, it's W2 Carolina on the, after the top, sorry.
N1 DBL.
WG2E. Yeah, KB2ZVP, topish.
K1 PSK.
You heard Tim in person. He sounds a lot on the air like he does in person, but it sounds a little bit better because he's so soft-spoken.
Well, he definitely sounds better. I mean, he's certainly at least moving in the right direction.
How'd you like sitting with Tim, Devin?
Oh, he's an amazing guy. I had a lot of fun talking to him. Cool guy.
He was running marathons into his 70s.
How old is he, do you think?
How old is he? He's 86.
Oh, wow. Great.
No, he's not.
Right there. A lot of good ideas. We were talking about radios, antennas, research. He did research in particle physics besides teaching.
I can't get over how good you sound tonight, Devin. I really can't. Whatever you do, don't touch anything on that radio. It really sounds great. And is there a discrepancy in Tim's age? Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I think he told me he was 80 when we were driving up.
Yeah, I talked to him. He said he was born in 30, so that would make him, what, 81-ish?
I thought he was going on 80. 86. He was born in 38. I know that. So 81.
Well, hey, Randy, if you knew he was born in 38, were you having a little trouble with the math?
I didn't have my shoe off yet. I couldn't count my toes.
Okay, I was just kind of wondering.
I just went by my memory, that's all.
When we're done busting balls, can I run a little test here?
He's so freaking old. I mean, what's 80 to 86? Who cares? Well, go ahead, Randy.
All right, we'll do a little A-B test here, an A-B test. So this is A. Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white as snow, and anywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. This is A. Now this is B. B. Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white as snow, and anywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. That is B. And now this is A. Back to A, Mary had a little lamb. Any noticeable difference in the two?
I thought at first I heard B a lot better, but then when you switched back to A, I didn't notice the difference. So you're close to me. How about you guys out there in the north?
I thought B was a little bit better, not a huge difference, but it was B was better.
I agree.
I agree, too.
All right, that's A was Class A off, and B was Class A on.
You always want to be classy, Randy. You see the picture I sent you?
Yeah, the cleaner, listen, the cleaner the signal is, Class A, the cleaner going into the amp produces less IMD, and then you can run more processing and sound better. That's one thing that the ICOM didn't do with that $12,000 radio, and they didn't give you that Class A. That's kind of a, well, you know, then again, they're running the 40-volt finals. Maybe they don't have to.
That's right. That's exactly right. You kind of already get it.
Hey, Ray.
Calling me?
Yes. The amplifier I have, the RF2K Plus, they are going commercial. They won't be selling any kits directly from Germany. DX Engineering will represent them. They'll sell both the finished amplifier and also kit for a much higher price.
Well, why? Oh, because it's too much trouble for them to probably sell it as an individual unit. Too hard to get it.
Well, shipping itself is expensive, and they have some upgrades on that. So selling through DX Engineering is a better business deal for them. So the people who got the kits earlier, they saved at least $1,500 on the amplifier.
So how much is the new one? How much is it going to cost if you buy it assembled?
$49.99. And the kit, they'll sell a kit also, DX Engineering, with upgraded some modifications, many modifications actually. And that'll be $44.95.
Yeah, for $500, I think I would have have them build it.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, for a lot of people, it'll be a good idea to get prepared, and they'll be backed by a warranty.
Well, someday if I ever get any money, maybe I'll buy one. Or of course, I could sell my. Let's see, if I sold my other 2 amps, $2,000, and still have to throw in $1,000. No, not if I sell the 7,600, then I'll just have enough money to buy one.
You know, they are so quiet. My radio, my power supply, makes more noise than the amplifier.
Yeah, well, that's one of the big advantages to that thing.
And also very light. It weighs about 18 pounds or 20 pounds. That's it.
That would certainly make it a lot easier to get up here in the radio room. But what is the power? Was that the whole lamp?
That's a whole lamp and power supply and everything.
Boy, that would be a lot. Oh, that'd be really fun bringing that up in the radio room.
Oh yeah, it's very easy. It doesn't generate much heat, not very noisy, and very clean signal.
So the Toad Harbor. Okay, so I got to look at this. Never mind. I'm trying to figure. I think our. I got to look at something. KB2ZBP. I might need a computer guy.
Hey, before you get into that, what did you think of that tubing I gave you? You think that's strong enough to do the legs of the tower?
I do. I think that'll work great.
Yeah, I thought that would be just exactly what you need.
I got it all built in my head.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought that was going to work out pretty good for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to clean up the garage, and I knew I would never use that, so go to a good home.
I'm just happy it didn't wind up in the garbage can.
Oh, I would never throw that away. That damn thing cost I think that cost $105. I cut 15 inches off of that. That was 5 feet long. So it was $105 plus shipping. So, I mean, that wasn't a cheap piece of stuff, but that's the, what do they call that? There's a name for it. It's structural. That's it. It's called structural fiberglass tubing, and it's supposed to be, that's the strongest stuff you can get.
You hear it, Randy? He's telling me how much it costs because he's hoping I'm going to send him a check.
No. I don't want any money for it. I'm just telling you. That's why I wouldn't throw it away.
I'm not paying you for it, Ray.
That's perfectly okay. Like I said, it'll go to a good home.
I know. Now I'll owe you a favor.
Yeah, well, definitely. Now I'm going to think up what you used for a favor. Let me think here. I'm thinking. I know. You can bring the stripper for me to the gala.
I knew it had to have something to do with a woman. I thought you were going to ask me to get that girl, that waitress, and have her come out.
No, she's a little young, and she was sharp, though. I got to admit, she was sharp. She'd be a fun girl.
You know, those girls that work at those restaurants like that, they seem to, if they make it, like they've been around for a while, they seem to have a quick wit, you know. They deal with people all the time, you know, and some nice, some not so nice, I'm sure, some middle of the road, and, you know, they just probably are just pretty quick-witted.
Yeah, no, she was a very nice girl. See, now what does that prove, though? Now just think about this. Just really, really, really think about this. There are zero women around here like her, and yet up there she was, the first girl we talked to, sweet, lovable, kind, witty, smart, everything. And then the whole secret is you got to get away from the Springfield area to find a decent woman.
I thought you were going to say that I have a way with women.
Well, no, but the thing is, I mean, like I said, if I wanted to go look for a woman, I should just go up there and cruise around Lenox and Pittsfield and stuff.
Says you do, Randy.
Thank you, Tars, thank you. But did you understand what happened there? I said to her, didn't you used to work here at nighttime years ago? How many years ago? You just start having a conversation. You know, first thing you say is, listen, I want to take you to bed, or I want to take you to dinner. You know what? And then she's thinking, wow, this guy really does remember me.
Well, you were obviously correct.
Yeah, I pay attention to people. I pay attention to people. Whatever. I just think that you treat people the way you want to be treated, and I think you'd be surprised at how many good people there are right there in your neck of the woods.
No way. Just no way, no way, no way.
I might just have to come out there and spend a weekend with you.
Okay, well, go ahead, you do it, and I'll even show you all the girls that I've talked to and so forth and so on, and you can go in on your own and talk to them.
I don't want to talk to any of those young women at those. No, I'm not. We're not starting there. I just think that it'd be so much easier to find people. I don't know. I just think you got to stop looking quite so hard. That's all. Just stop looking and don't talk to people like you're thinking of taking a date. Just talk to them like you're just thinking of talking to them. Like there's no shot for a date.
Yeah, the trouble is, I don't run into these girls where I see them on a continual basis. And if you get to talk to them, for 60 seconds tops. You can't make much of a relationship in a 60-second talk.
Right, yeah. It's hard to, without question, but sometimes you got to go back a couple of times.
I think, the more I thought about what you said the other day, I think you're 100% correct. I think the women that I deal with down here want the kind of a guy that they think they can straighten out, help, or he's all screwed up, but I can bring him back to reality. That's what I think. I think you were right about that.
Well, women have that built into them. They're nurturing. They raise children. They do that. They're like, guys are more self-centered and selfish, and most women want to give. They want to help and like that. So you just got to find one that's not so. I don't know what to tell you. Buy a cat, let her help a cat, let her feed the birds out back, and let her leave the scumbags to die in the street. I don't know what to tell you. You got to walk around with a limp or something, Ray. Let them think that they can help you.
I got to borrow a puppy.
Doc has got a puppy. He's got a nice little puppy you'd like.
When I first got Gable, he was like 5.5 weeks old, and I had this black leather jacket, and I would zip him up in the black leather jacket, and all his little head and one paw would hang out, and he was black, just like the jacket, and most people would be sitting there talking to you. I mean, I was talking to a girl at the checkout one time at a store, and I was talking to her for 2 or 3 minutes, and then she goes, "Oh my God, it's a puppy," and the thing was right there in front of her, and she didn't even see it.
Well, what happened when she did see it?
Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Girls love puppies. They just love them, especially a cute little German Shepherd. There's my way. There's my new job, Randy. There's my way to make $100 million. You rent puppies. You rent puppies to single guys.
That's not a bad idea. There you go.
I bet you that would really work out great.
Yeah, they can meet the girl with the puppy. On the second time they had the puppy. The third time, they brought the puppy back. But they don't tell the girl that. Yeah, it was terrible. The dog got hit by a car or eaten by a mountain lion, or make up whatever story you want to make up. And the girl would and then act like you're really sad, and the girl would be like, "Oh my God, I got to save this poor guy." Somebody else talk. KB2's at VP.
I'll tell you, it's so hot in my radio room tonight. I got both windows open and cool air is blowing through, and I'm sweating like a pig, and I got my shirt off, and I'm still sweating like a pig. I can't get over how hot it is.
It is hotter than Haiti here, I'm telling you. It's freaking 94 outside and 88 in here. It's like, oh my God, I'm melting.
Yeah, those 3500Zs, boy, they make a lot of heat.
And it didn't break 65 here in Rhode Island. KD1 Mountain Whiskey.
Well, it's about time.
Oh, it's about time, yep. It's about time. If you're sweating like a pig and you start oinking like one, then we really got trouble, Randy.
I'll run right over there and just put him down, Bruce.
Bruce, you missed a great day today. You really missed a great day.
Yeah, I bet I did. I had a pretty full day myself. I had to go to the graduation where Josh graduated from this ocean engineering college.
Well, yeah, you had to do that, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I just got back from the dinner where we went out. It was fun. I had a great time with the family.
Hey, Bruce. KC1RS.
Howdy, Russ. How are you tonight?
All right. Yeah, it was kind of cool here today too. I'm only about 5 miles up from the coast. Are you pretty close to the water where you're at?
About the same distance from the coast, so we're feeling the same thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up tomorrow, though. Maybe it just hasn't pushed its way in here yet. But yeah, inland it was like way the heck warmer today.
Yeah, we had a good stiff breeze too, coming off the water. Out of the southeast.
You sound like you have an echo tonight. Are you doing something different? Are you still running that Yaesu?
Yeah, the 7300's still over on the test bench.
Okay.
It got to 82 here today, which was pretty warm. 82 and it's 66 now. But we had 40 plus mile an hour winds, 42 mile per hour winds here, which I'm happy to report my antenna hasn't fallen over.
Hey, I got a question for you, Bruce.
Okay, amongst the static, I'm getting a lot of noise, but you're 50 over here, Ray.
Okay. If you went back to meet Tesla back at, let's say, 1910, and you handed him a Kenwood 890 because it's bigger, and you gave him the schematic diagrams, which this radio comes with a complete set of schematic diagrams, could he figure it out? Could he understand could he actually understand how it worked?
Yeah, because he invented the whole thing. I mean, all you have to do is refer to his, they call it the concatenated series of tuned circuits, and that's what really gave him, the father of radio, after his death, when the Supreme Court ruled against Marconi, because Marconi ripped him off every move he made. But he could understand the principle. I don't think the miniaturization and the solid state stuff would have. I don't know whether he could have grasped it, of course, with some explanation, but I'll tell you what he would have said, Ray. You're doing it all wrong. Electromagnetic radio, where the energy is wasted and lost as the so-called square of the distance. We know it's really not the square of the distance, but it's not the way to transmit. He said you do it with longitudinal waves and not transverse waves. He said that. He railed on that, and he said that the radio is going the wrong way of propagation.
Yeah, but the proof is in the pudding. So if you had one in Europe and you had one here and you could talk back and forth day after day after day, he'd have to see the light.
Well, yeah, back then they had the sensitivities weren't there. You could not. Receiving a signal was, down in the microvolt level. Forget it. It couldn't happen. So with the advancements of the sensitivity of vacuum tubes and regenerative circuits, and then heterodyning, the Armstrong invention. But Tesla did some amazing things with rotating coherers. They were little glass tubes that were filled with nickel filings, and they rotated. And he had almost like a regenerative feedback loop where he gained some incredible sensitivities to signals with that device. Very simple, but his circuits that he used were just ingenious and really complex, for the day. Amazing.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He was He was one of the real brilliant minds of all time.
Yeah, he really was, and he really had a bad sense of business, and he really shot himself in the foot many times over in terms of business, dealings. He could have paid for his ideas had he only had accepted some offers that he had from people who wanted to manage his inventions to be profitable, but he wasn't a he wasn't a capitalist at all. And had he had a little more capitalist instinct, he would have, I think we'd be living in a different world right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was definitely a liberal.
Yeah, he was a humanitarian, and he wanted really big things to happen for humankind. And so you would call that liberal, sure. Anyway, I got a story, speaking of such things. A friend of mine, elderly friend of mine, he's probably around 90. One of the brighter guys on the planet, no doubt. Member of he taught at Brown University, which is really more and more left-leaning Ivy League. And he belongs to the alumni club up there, which is kind of like an exclusive thing, on the east side of Providence. He went in there the other day, and he noticed that the old oil paintings, the portraits of the founding fathers of Brown University, were gone. So he asked, hey, what's happened to all the portraits? The answer was, they were just old white men. Can you imagine? So they took them down and they're gone.
It's unbelievable. It's truly, truly, truly unbelievable. How can people be that way?
Well, it's like, I think it is identical in the mindset to Pol Pot, when he exterminated anyone with a set of glasses and an education in Cambodia. In the French Revolution, they killed anybody with, any higher learning. I mean, and the Taliban, blowing up all the works of art in Iraq and destroying, wonderful relics of history. It's the same mentality.
Yeah, it is. Well, these people all have to be run out of town, and hopefully Trump is going to have a landslide win on the next election, and just maybe they'll start to see the light.
I don't know if they'll ever see the light, but if they've got to be pushed out of this, out of the mainstream. And relegated to the scrap heap of a bad idea.
You can't fix stupid, N1SAG.
That's right, Dave.
Believe me, I've tried. I can fix a lawnmower. I can get Ray's snowblower running, but you can't fix stupid.
Yeah, that baby runs like a watch. Especially on the synthetic motor oil.
Mobil One.
No, I think I put the stuff from Napa in there. It's like $3 a quart, but it's Valvoline synthetic.
Yeah,
that's good.
Somebody told me you should use a synthetic with zinc in it when you're using it in air-cooled engines.
Yeah,
if you can get it with zinc, or just put in STP with ZDDP.
Yeah, I bought some. Corby made me go out and buy the. What's the other company that makes all the additives now? They've got a very good name.
Like Amsoil.
No, it's not Amsoil. It's a company like STP.
Lucas.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. They make an additive for anything, transmissions, rear ends, you name it.
Yeah, that's Lucas.
Lucas, yeah. Corby made me buy the Lucas stuff in my Blazer, because I got that one noisy lifter that skips actually, and I ended up using Rizlone. I used a semi-synthetic, because I had bought a semi-synthetic about 2 years ago and I never used it, and so it's a Quaker State semi-synthetic, and I put 4 quarts of that in and a quart of Rizlone in there, and that Rizlone's a very high detergent, and it's supposed to clean up stuff, so, and a very good filter, so I stuck that in there for the time being. I looked at that stuff from Lucas, but that stuff from Lucas is thicker than STP. It was a little scary.
Hey, N1SAG Dave, are you still in there?
Yes, N1SAG, go ahead.
Hey, this is Carl, WG2E. Hey, did you go to that Goshen Ham Fest yesterday?
Yes, I did. I got there around 9, I think. 8:30 or 9. And I just went around, I walked around, I went inside, and I only bought one thing.
Well, how was it in general? Was it pretty good as Hamfest go, or was it just the same old junk?
Same old Hamfest that actually I've been to better. So, but I got there early Saturday morning, so I imagine as the day wore on, maybe more people, but there were quite a few tailgaters in there. I didn't run into Don Johnson there, the guy, I forgot his call, his name is Don, and he said he was going to wear a Johnson shirt, and he had Johnson radios or something, but I didn't run into him over.
Okay, and was there anybody selling new stuff, any stores? And I think, were you talking about K1RMA?
Maybe, yeah, his name is Don, yeah, maybe. I just don't remember his call. I didn't see any new radios. I did buy a brand new 90-degree end connector, which I never saw one before, so I bought one.
Now, was it open on
Sunday? I just wanted to know how it was, and I guess I didn't miss anything. Thanks.
You didn't miss anything, believe me. Was it open on Sunday, Dave?
They said it was going to be Saturday and Sunday. I didn't go up on, today, but I imagine they were,
Well, Don told me yesterday that it was definitely Saturday only, and he was there and asked.
Oh, you talked, Don?
Yeah, he was in here last night because Tim and I were thinking about going today after the breakfast, and he said it was definitely not on Sunday. It was a mistake.
Oh, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know, yeah. Did Don tell you what time he was there?
I think he said something about getting there early.
Yeah, I walked around, I told him I was going to wear my NRA hat, and I walked all around there with my NRA hat, and I figured he'd, see me and call my name, but I don't know. Like I said, I got there around 8:30, 9 o'clock, so I know I was there pretty early, but there were quite a few people there, actually, even at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to say it was crowded, but there was, probably... I got to say maybe 24 people running around, at those, tailgate vendors. So, there was some neat stuff. There was a couple guys had antique radios, like Bad Mike was talking about. Some guy gave him an antique radio, and there was some of that going on. I saw a lot of that, and there was some commercial stuff, and but mostly you really had to find something you needed, and I didn't need any of that other stuff, but I saw that
90-degree end connector, and I just had to have one.
Okay, so I guess I didn't really miss anything, so appreciate the report. WG2E.
Yeah, and when I say G, I don't think you missed anything. I mean, unless you just like me, I just wanted to go. It was $5 to support it was the Southern Berkshire Ham Radio Club, I guess. But maybe I got that wrong. But and so you go, you pay in and you support their Ham Fest, and you walk around. You never know, you might see something. There was a lot of stuff there. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time,
Dave?
Yo.
Would you mind explaining to all of us, the group and myself, why you didn't support the world famous Toad Harbor Net this morning at breakfast?
Oh, I had to plant yesterday. After I got back from the ham, I was only at the Ham Fest for probably half an hour, so I came right home, and the wife and I went out, got flowers, then we went grocery shopping. When we came home from shopping, we planted the front flowers, went in, had supper, and I passed out my chair. This morning I got up and moved all the rest of the flowers out to the backyard, and we finished all that today. So, sorry I didn't get into the breakfast. Over.
Hey, listen, you're retired. You can plant tomorrow, okay? We expect Toad Harbor members, if you want to be a member, to attend the Toad Harbor gatherings.
So I'm on notice. I'm on notice.
You're on notice, Dave, and I was going to call you on the telephone, but yeah, you're on notice.
Hey, Randy.
Double secret probation.
Yeah, Randy.
Have a Snickers.
You were saving that for Ray, weren't you? I knew you were. There's some good excuses, okay? There's reasons that you couldn't go to, and graduation, certainly that'll be excused. Going to church, obviously that's going to be excused. Planting freaking posies, ain't going to happen, especially if you're retired.
How about funerals? Because if I didn't get them flowers planted, I'd have been going to my own.
Well, so be it. We'd have picked, at least the Toad Harbor Net would have picked up some new equipment.
There's always a silver lining in every dark cloud.
Yes, I missed you.
Oh, is that Don? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. What time did you come?
I was there around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, gosh. I was there from 8 until 10:30. Did you pass a car that a Highlander that had a GX100 sitting in the back? Because that was me.
I don't know. I was looking at all kinds of radios and equipment and cars, and I felt like, I don't know if you ever saw The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in the end of the movie where Tuco was spinning around in the center of the graveyard looking around and finding the grave with the gold, remember?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry I missed you, Don.
Yeah, I was looking around for someone wearing that T-shirt.
Not a T-shirt. I was wearing an NRA hat.
Oh, okay. I basically was looking for the T-shirt. My God, it was cold up there, wasn't it?
Right, yeah. It was. I had a shirt on and my NRA hat, and I was all buttoned up, and then I went inside out of the wind. I found the guy that was selling those connectors, bought one, and went back out and got in my truck and went home.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, shoot, I'm sorry I missed you. Let's see, the next one that's going to be coming up 1st of September, roughly in that area, is Newtown. Don't know if that's too far out for you. This is K1RMA.
Yeah, Newtown. That's down 84 down toward Danbury.
Yeah, exit 10. It's probably about 5 minutes off exit 10.
Yeah, I'll try to do it. It's not, it's a little farther, but it's not out of the question. Yeah, those will probably be a bigger ham fest too. You'll get a lot of players from southern Connecticut and northeastern New York State, and even maybe down toward Long Island in that area. So probably be a huge crowd over.
Yeah, hopefully so. Anyway, Dave, sorry I missed you, and back on out of here. Certainly, we don't want to take up the net's time. This is K1RMA in Connecticut.
Yeah, because we're covering so many interesting topics on the net tonight.
That is true, but then again, you always do.
Yeah, don't take up any extra time, that's for sure. Oh, my gosh.
Plus, I'm on notice.
Well, he'll be able to make up for that, Randy, if he goes to Kingston.
He'll have to make up for it when he goes to Kingston.
Yeah, I'm going to Kingston. The wife's coming. We're all set. I got the address and all the reservations and all that. I got to probably dig that out. It's getting close to the due date there, no?
You got the hotel room all paid for?
Yeah, I told them you were taking care of that.
I am, for your wife.
Yeah, no, we're all set. Just, it's only about another month away, actually, right?
Yeah, not even a month away. It's the 15th. Today's the 19th, so yes, it's not even a month away.
We'll be there with little bells on our feet.
Again, if anybody has a grill they want to bring, they could. They would be welcome to bring a grill along.
Yeah. You want charcoal?
It don't matter. I don't care if somebody brings. I'm going to bring a couple of bags of charcoal anyway, because that one that they have there is a charcoal grill, and I'll have a gas grill there.
I got a charcoal grill. It's not real big, but it's a bunch of burgers, couple steaks will go on it.
Yeah, bring that. That'll be great. I'll bring the charcoal.
Well, Randy, keep room in the back of your rig there for those 2 tower sections.
I forgot about those. Well, I'll have room. There's always room.
Yeah, well, don't bring a lot of stuff. Bag of charcoal, something like that. We can cook on them grills over there, and something like that, But just leave enough in the cubby hole there on the side so you can put them 2 things in there and without having to, you know what I'm saying?
Are there suggested food things to bring?
I never did that. So what I always tell everybody is bring what they want to eat for meat, and then bring something to pass. And if somebody wants to figure out, who's going to bring the potato salad. Last year we didn't do anything like that, and everybody brought something, and I don't think we had any duplicates. So, and everybody got, there was a ton of food to eat. So, we need deviled eggs, we need potato salad, we need macaroni salad, we need regular garden salad, we need, what do we need? What else? What else do you bring to barbecue?
Okay, weenies and burgers and whatnot.
Yeah, you need baked beans. Everybody brings their own weenies and burgers, okay? And then we'll bring a bunch of extra stuff. We'll have white hot dogs. We'll have red hot dogs. We'll have burgers. We'll have buns. We'll have all kinds of stuff. We'll have all the plates. We'll have all the plastic spoons and forks and things like this. If you bring something that needs a scoop to dish it out, bring a scoop to dish it out. We'll have soda in coolers, and we'll have water in coolers. If you want something besides that, bring something different. And we'll of course we'll have plenty of sangria made by the beautiful and lovely Joanne from Good Mike.
Okay, no problem. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, well, we'll have to bring a suitcase full of EpiPens in case anybody ingests any gluten.
Gluten-free macaroni salad for sure. I guess we can all take a break from that. But deviled eggs is a big thing. I love deviled eggs. If somebody wanted to make some meatballs, maybe the great meatball maker would like to make some meatballs, something like that. That would be kind of cool.
everybody brings something special, that they make at home, for when they have a little picnic or barbecue in their own backyard. Just bring that one special edition. Like last year, like you said, it was like a big buffet. You walk around, and there was a lot of food. There was Randy. There was plenty.
Oh, there's a lot of food. There was a lot of food, and then Devin brought some Indian stuff. Carl, you're Irish, so we expect some Irish stuff besides beer. And Ray's Italian, so he'll bring some Italian stuff. Dave's a mutt. I'm a mutt, so we'll bring some mutt stuff.
We'll bring mutton.
Irish? Where did that come from?
It just come to my head. I have no idea. It just came out there. It was a perhaps.
Okay, yeah. My dad's folks are from Germany.
Where's your mom from?
Her folks were from Canada via Scotland.
Well, where your Kilt, your Irish kilt, your Scottish kilt. Okay.
Hey, Randy, Bo Peep wanted to know if the bikinis were okay.
Absolutely, as long as it's from a girl, not the guys.
No banana hammocks.
We were going to last year. We were going to have a male photo shoot with all the guys in their bikinis, and everybody had a certain month they had to wear, and they were going to dress. The month of your birthday, you were going to be on the calendar. We were going to have a calendar built. Thank God that didn't happen.
You'd have to make it before we ate.
Hey, they get chunky girls on the Sports Illustrated now, so I guess anything's possible.
Full figure.
Yeah, those two.
There you go. No one's bringing corn on the cob or, the bay scallops or, some nice striper. You guys have got to get some seafood mixed in there.
Who's the muffly one?
How are we going to cook the corn? Bring. That's the thing right there. Bring what you want to bring. If we've got somebody that has access to a lot of lobster, they're welcome to bring it. I'd like to have some clams. That would be awesome, right? About 30 dozen clams. What should that
you
cost,
guys are up at the Toad Harbor in Barnstable Harbor. We got that stuff up to our ears.
Well, it shouldn't cost anything if they love us.
Yeah, you shore guys, you guys that are out there by the shore that get seafood cheap, you should bring some of that along.
Get your clam diggers on and get out there early in the morning.
Yeah, we don't buy it. We just go down and dig our clams and catch our stripers. In the bay, in the bay, there's a lot of bay scallops. Good eating.
Well, bring it along with you.
Roger. N1QWN. Good evening.
Good evening. Bring it up for, like, say, 35 people.
Yeah, we do that. We got a big clam bake down at the 4th of July. We don't feed quite that many, but it's a good gang.
I would love to go to the coast and have a real clam bake and a lobster bake. When they dig the hole and they put the seaweed in and the fire and all. Man, I think that would be so awesome. And then you get the clam chowder that's been cooking and big chunks. Oh my God! Before I die, that's certainly high on the bucket list.
Randy, we do that every year at the 4th. We don't dig a hole. We build it right on the pit. We build it elevated because we've learned by digging the holes and doing the rocks in the hole and the seaweed, it takes a lot more heat. So we do it elevated.
Hey, Randy, did you hear that? They use the TH word. They do that every year. When's the last time you heard that, Randy? When can we talk about how we were invited to that?
I'm pretty sure we were all just invited to their get together.
It would be no. If it was if we were invited, it would be our get together. It's their get together.
Well, you guys are there and we're here.
Well, you don't think we have automobiles?
Yeah, make the trip down to Cape Cod.
I
I mean, I think I drove 500 some miles today. I could have been there by now. I could have gotten there.
Yeah, come on down. We got about 18 acres. You can a lot of room to park your vehicles. We'll have a good old clam bake.
Yeah, you know what they say, Randy.
What do they say, Randy?
They say you can't get there from here.
That's right. You can't get there from here.
Hey, while I got everybody's attention, anybody interested in a Tenadyne T11 log periodic?
Oh, Tim W3HHN was asking today to me. He was asking about a 1000 MP. He was kind of looking to buy one.
Well, let me roll up my sleeves and... Randy, look, what's right here on the desk?
I told him you had 2 or 3 of those, and they were, and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them were for sale. He asked me the price, and I said I don't know, but I'll ask Randy privately. So why don't you go ahead and shoot me a text as to what you would like to get for them, and I'll forward them privately to Tim.
I could do that.
They got to be still worth what, $1,200?
The problem was getting $1,200 for a 73 or 1000 MP. You can buy a 7300 for $900. You know.
Yeah, it's a big radio though. It's not a big radio.
Oh, it's one of my favorite, for sure. But it's still a used rig.
Yeah, I'm just curious what they're going for. That's what I use right here. It's an old MP that I bought brand new, and it's still kicking ass.
Well, I can't get rid of it until I get the new one back.
I think it's pretty cool that Rob. You listen to me, okay? And I'm serious about this. You got to ask Rob to take a silver Sharpie and on the back left corner write "tested," the date, and have him sign the top of that radio.
I already asked him that 2 weeks ago.
You're the man. And make sure he signs on the inside of it, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
I know the audio's a little muffled with the MD200, but what's my signal report up there?
Oh, sorry, which Randy?
Yeah, there's 2 Randys here. You got to specify good Randy or bad Randy.
You.
That's bad, Randy. You're 20 over to me, and yes, you need more highs in the audio.
Yeah, I'll put the RE27 on this radio at some point in time, but not too bad for 100 watts for the Cape, so that's a pretty good signal.
Yeah, 15 to 20, I should say, right in that neck of the woods. Where's he to you, Randy?
Yeah, so that must be a special Bay 20. I'm getting 40 over from you over here near New Haven.
In the shadow of the world-famous Toad Harbor.
Do you hear how good Randy sounds on that Yaesu 1000? Randy, make a transmission so he can hear you.
Yeah, I was just a little earlier. I was wondering who was. It must be somebody on the Cape, from what I gather, with the accent. This is the good Randy, W2KRY, to the unit out there on Cape Cod. Go ahead.
Yeah, good Randy. You're at 10 over S9, and yeah, I'm operating at 1000 MP with the MD200 microphonium, 100 watts, but the antenna's up about 90 feet.
Oh, well, we could surely tweak that up. What kind of antenna?
Just a center-fed dipole, half wave, flat top, as tight as I can get it, 10 gauge wire, and it's all in open space.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the key. Get it up as high as you can. It gets a little directional, but it's working. Oh, I got a phone call. 73 is N1QWN.
Okay, see you a little later.
Was it N3WN?
No, N1QWN.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got a rocking signal here. He's definitely got that antenna up high. If he's only running 100 watts, he's kicking it.
Yeah, he's just got to work on his audio. That 200 should sound a lot better than that.
Oh my God, no one should ever come from a town named that.
That's a village of Cobequid, and that was the wrong number. The town is Barnstable.
I gotcha. I've got the fan dipole. I think the apex is about 25 feet, and the ends come down to where you could jump up and touch them.
Well, it's working.
It's basically north-south, so should have good reflectability that direction.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'm going to get ready to watch the Game of Thrones. I'm sure you guys may or may not be into that series, but it's the final episode, and we're going to check it out. 73's N1QWN.
Is it the final episode?
That's what they say.
Okay. Question, are you, I don't see an email on QRZ. Have you ever touched the settings in there on that Mark 5?
Say that again?
Have you ever touched the transmit settings on the Mark 5 in the menu?
Be back in a sec.
Well, this is an NT, not a Mark 5. The answer is a long time ago when I first got it.
All right, well, I'm good on QRZ if you want any settings. Doesn't mean anything. It all depends on your voice and your microphone, but I don't see your email, but I'm good on QRZ if you're interested. Drop me a line. This is the Good Randy, W2KRY. Take care.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Randy. My email is my call sign at Comcast.net.
Copy.
Appreciate it. 73's N1QWN.
Yeah, I'm going to cut out here, too, for the same reasons. Got to go join the young girl in here to watch TV. So KC1RS, maybe I'll catch you guys in here in about an hour and a half.
See you, Russ. Nice meeting you today. WG2E.
Yeah, pleasure was ours, Carl. We'll see you again soon enough.
ZVP, where's everybody gone to?
They're all watching Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Game of Thorns?
Is kind of cute.
I don't know, what is it, Thrones? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Thrones, but like I call it Game of Thorns.
Well, if you want to watch something real interesting, President Trump's going to be talking live to, I forgot the guy's name, that little Englishman there with the bald head. On Fox News.
When is that on?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? Oh, 9 o'clock. Just 2 shakes from a lamb's tail right now.
Right. Roger. Yeah, I'm going to turn it on, but I'll still be by the radio. I'll leave I'll just watch. You know, I leave the TV go, just the video, and I mute out the audio.
How can you mute out the audio of the president?
Put on the closed captioning.
I got that too, but when he starts talking, I'll turn the volume back on. I'll unmute it.
Good to see you today, Carl.
Yeah, likewise, and a lovely bride as well, and I tried on my T-shirt and it fits and everything.
Well, happy you got that one. The next one will be even better.
Okay, that's like I was a participant in the 2019 Kingston Summit.
Well, the new one will be I can't hand those out. There was only 2 of them handed out so far. The first one, of course, went to Rob Sherwood, and the second one went to Doc today. So he can't make it to the summit on the 15th. But the rest of you bums have to wait.
Well, that's okay. Waiting makes it grow fun, whatever it is.
Whatever you can think of.
W2MUR.
Hello, Miguel.
What's happening?
So, hey, Randy?
Yeah.
Because Ray's not here, I would ask Ray generally this question, but because Ray's not here, I got to ask you a question about Mike.
Uh-oh.
Well, he didn't make it to the winter time. No, he did make it to the winter. Okay, Northampton. He was there. He carried the toad down the elevator. So he didn't make it today. He's not going to make it to the summit. I mean, how many more things does he have to miss before we toss his ass off the net?
Ray's not going to make it to the summit?
What's that?
Ray isn't going to make it?
No, Ray is. We're talking about Mike. Bad Mike is in here right now. You probably can't hear him.
Yeah, I hear him.
Go ahead, Bad Michael.
He's on. You know, I'm actually hoping I've been trying to strategize how to get off the net, but no matter what I do, I still stay on.
It's like the Hotel California.
That's right. Hey, Randy, so listen to this. I go to a estate sale yesterday, and I bought a couple little, I bought an old rotary phone for my office, little things, a little tape recorder, a little portable tape recorder you used to have when you were a kid, the little tapes. Not the big tape recorders. The real. And so this guy pulls this radio out of the garage. And it's like a deco style, all wood. It's like early 30s radio. And he plugged it in at work, but man, the thing was in rough shape. So I get it. He said he gave it. He just said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. He says, well, just take it. I need to get rid of this thing. So he gave it to me. So I got it down in my basement. It's an Admiral makes it. And I looked at all the patents. It didn't have a part number or a model number inside. But I looked at the patent stamp that it had on it, and it was for amateur radio, experimental use, educational use, shortwave, broadcast, and it had about 100 different patents. Super hemitone, automatic voltage control, automatic gain control, all the things that we see today that we take for granted were all the initial patents that were used on this radio. And so I started looking it up, and in fact, I gave a picture of it to Good Randy, and he probably found the same issue I have. I've looked through hundreds of pictures of this. I cannot find this anywhere out of all the Admiral catalogs that are online, antique radios are online. This has got to be like a one-of-a-kind radio. I haven't found it anywhere. W2MUR.
Mike, I didn't get the pic yet. Just send me a picture.
I will. Randy, you said you didn't get a picture yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
No, I didn't get it yet.
Okay, well, I'll send it again then. I'll send you one too, Randy. I've looked at all these antique radio sites.
That's why you can't find it on the internet. His internet doesn't work.
Every possible one. Admiral, Google that I could do. And actually, all the patents were from RCA. And just amazing. The only thing I could do is go to the patent site.
I say...
U.S. patent site and see what year these patents came out. I'm almost sure this radio is like early 30s. And it's quite amazing. I mean, I haven't seen anything like it.
I say good Randy finds it within 1 hour.
Really? Well, if that's the case, I'll be very much obliged.
This dude knows his way around the black little square buttons.
Yeah, I sent that picture. I'm going to send it again.
Hey, any of you guys watching this interview?
Watching what?
The interview. The guy's Steve Hilton. He's interviewing the president.
Is it on right now? Is the president on right now?
Right now.
All right, I'm going to clear out of here. Talk to you guys tomorrow. KB2ZVP, 73, y'all.
73's Randy.
M1SAG.
73's Randy. You be a good boy.
73's from Albany, KA2EXP.
We missed you today, Steve.
You did? Where were you?
Oh, my gosh. We were at Pittsfield, Mass, waiting for you to show up.
Oh, well, yeah, we went to church and then went to visit my mother in the home there, so didn't get back till about 3.
Sounds like that was pretty important, too. 73. KB2ZVP Clark.
Okay, Randy, good Randy, I just sent this to you again. Tell me when you get it.
Yeah, I got you texted it, but I don't have anything yet.
I just sent it 2 seconds ago again.
Okay, it must be moonbound.
Okay, so I sent you, what I did was I sent you the back view, which is the same as the front view, because the back view, it's just the back piece of wood that was taken off. There's like about 8 screws, and that exposes the chassis. It looks like about 12 tubes in this thing. It's pretty sophisticated for early 30s. And it's got these deco wood fins on it. You'll see, so that's the back view. You can see how it's sitting. That's the way it would normally sit, right? So then I flipped it up, so the other view that I have is actually the top view. So let me know when you get it. Your phone number ends with 8432, right?
Oh, there we go. Coming in now.
That's weird, you didn't get it before. I'm going to send this to Randy, too. Bad Randy. Bad Randy.
So is it, in both pictures, is it sitting on its bottom as it should be?
Yeah, the part with the tube with the chassis showing, that's the back view. With the front view is just a piece of wood. So back and the front view really no difference, you know. So you see the base on the bottom there from the back with the part where you can see with the tubes, and you can see the bottom pedestal. That's the way it normally sits. So then the next picture is the top view of it, right? And if you zoom up into it, they've got these like little, almost looks like a telephone dial. They designed it so it looked like a telephone, you know, rotary dial type of thing. But really, those little buttons don't do anything. They're just, I don't think they do anything, but you just turn this, you know, back and then you see the pointer. So it looks like the frequency is like broadcast frequency all the way up to 18 megahertz.
Oh, I see. When you zoom in, that's the actual frequency dial. I thought it was a speaker at first.
No, the speaker, if you look at the chassis, the shot from the back, where are you? There you Where those fins are is where the speaker is. You can see a little bit of the coil of the speaker. It's like a 600 ohm speaker.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you.
And on chassis, they actually had this thing working. There's like a new plug on it. You can't see the plug, but there's a new plug on it. But the problem is that it's in rough shape, and the top view with the dial and everything would have to be completely remanufactured. I'll tell you what, I would pay somebody to do this. This looks like a really rare piece of equipment. And honestly, I went through probably at least 300 Admiral radio photos that ranged from the early 30s all the way up to 48. I couldn't find anything close to this. I saw some Deco units, but nothing like this.
Where does it actually say Admiral on it?
If you look at the top view and then zoom in on it, you'll see Admiral between the, there's 4 knobs. It's right between the second and third knob.
Oh yeah, it's sideways. That's why I thought maybe it was setting on its side in that view. That's strange that it's sideways like that.
Right. I'm going to send you some. I'll send you the placard for the patent. I'll send that right now. And I thought that was really the most interesting part, I think, of the radio, because let's see which one I want to send you. Let's send you that one. Yeah, this patent thing, when you get it, it's very, very interesting, because it says the patent, you would think that they would have the model number on the patent, but it didn't. So it says here, licensed only for radio amateur, experimental, and broadcast reception under patent of the Radio Corporation of America, RCA. The manufacture and or sale of the apparatus does not imply licenses under any patent relating to the structure or manufacture of the radio tubes. And then it lists all the U.S. patents. Then it's got the super heterotone, IF super heterotone patents. It's got the automatic volume control patent. Dynamic speaker was even patented. Automatic frequency control was patented. Then it says it says Hazelton. Controlled by Hazelton Corporation only for use for educational purposes. So it looks like this was a one-of-a-kind, non-commercial use under one or more of the following patents. This looks like almost like it's a prototype. That's why I think you're going to find the same thing I found, that this was not available to the public.
Yeah, it's really interesting looking. Did that? Obviously, is there no covering to the front, or obviously it's missing a few knobs on the lower right-hand side. But is that the way it would look normally?
No, it is missing knobs. It's missing. Okay, look at the top view and zoom in on it. It's missing the 2 knobs on the bottom. You can see the shafts or the potentiometer or switches, whatever they are. But also, when you look at the dial, one of those buttons fell off, and I have it. The other one is lost. All of them were there when I saw it first, so the other one's probably back at the garage. But those buttons really don't do anything. It's just decorating purposes only, I think, based on what I'm looking at. And because when you turn the outer part of that, it just turns the variable capacitor. And I guess it's kind of made to look like a telephone, like the old rotary telephones.
Well, it would have predated those, wouldn't it?
Not really. I think they came out in the late 20s.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I'm not sure.
Yeah, before the 20s was the little microphone you crank, and then you cranked it, and the operator connected you. So I bought this black rotary phone. It was more of a 60s version. And so I bought that for $5. I mean, and I'm going to put that in my office as a conversational piece. And then what I found is a little tape recorder, kind of like almost like spies would use. And it's like a reel-to-reel tape recorder with a little microphone, and you would make notes on it and stuff. And I bought this thing, and it was pretty cool. It actually has magnetic tape on it. I'm sure the tape probably is no good after all these years. But it would be really crazy if I actually played it and it worked and hear whoever recorded on it.
Yeah, that would be spooky.
That would, man. I used to do a radio broadcast back when I was younger on WTLB here in Utica, New York. And I have a reel-to-reel of one of my last broadcasts. And one of these days I want to buy a reel-to-reel recorder, you know, and you can buy them pretty cheap, just to play it back and get it on digital storage so I could have it, you know, for memories. And it would be fun hearing my young little voice. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, WTLB was an AM station. We used to get a half-hour free when I used to do the broadcast that they let me do. I did it every week.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was 1310 on your dial, and WTLB 1310. And if I remember, it was only a 5,000 watt transmitter.
What year would that have been?
That was in the 80s, so that would have ran from 1980 to like 1985, maybe 1987.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago, but, you know, still, I did it for like either 5 or 7 years. Might have been like 5 years. Did it every week for 5 years. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, the guts of this thing looked pretty interesting. I can't tell you how many tubes exactly, but it looks like anywhere between 12 to 15 or 18 tubes. One of those tubes has a high voltage cap on it. I mean, a high voltage plate, and that must go to the power supply as far as I can see. That's only a receiver. Also, at the same estate sale, they had an Army receiver there. And let's see, I think I might have got a picture of it too, and I'll send that to you. I had no idea what this thing was, nothing at all. But it was like World War II Army receiver, right? So let's see if I can find this. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll send this over to you right now. C315. What was your last four of your numbers? 7114?
No, 8432.
What was that?
8432.
Okay.
I'm wondering if somebody modified an old frame, because it's weird. You're looking at the top, the front view. Like I said, it's weird that the Admiral is turned sideways, and it's weird that you've got this gap between the top and the insert there.
Well, you know, it couldn't have been. Well, maybe they did modify it, but I'm telling you that the wood, that whole wood tab, that's not anywhere in any of the Admiral archives that I can see, unless you know someone else that I went to some big antique radio restoration sites, and I looked at probably about 300 photos, and I saw a lot of deco type antique radios, but nothing like this, nothing at all like this. Okay, so the Army receiving radio that I sent you was a BC-1066B. I haven't had the Philco manufactured radio, but it's got two bands called the G band and the I band. So I really don't know what those frequencies were then. I think they're just Army code for the different lower frequencies. They're probably HF.
Yeah, I would imagine HF.
It's only a receiver, so it looks like it was done and used for intelligence. Comes in like a green canvas bag, and I don't know how it's powered. I didn't take it out of the bag, but I can get this thing for like $25. I don't know what I do with it.
G-band, it looks like G-band was 4 to 6 megahertz during the Cold War.
4 to 6 megahertz, 4 to 6, that would have been like 60 meters.
Yeah.
What was I-band? I gotta look at this model number. It's a Philco radio receiver BC-1066-B.
Does it have headphones with it?
I think he said he saw them somewhere, but he couldn't find them readily.
Looks like BC-1066A sold with headphones for $300.
Really? Wonder what's the difference? Yeah, well, B's got to be a better version.
I don't know. It's like a square radio in a little canvas bag.
Yep, it's exactly right.
Was designed to test the IFF transponders, which identified, well, there you go. Identify friend or foe.
Oh, wow. So it was intelligent.
I think the difference between A and B is the A here says it was used for VHF frequencies.
Wow, so the A would be HF?
A would be VHF, and like I said, the G band was HF. So.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing it here. It looks like it comes with a. Where are you? Looks like it comes with some kind of a. I'm assuming it's a power supply of some kind. It was, says here, Philco Corporation ham radio receiver. So it's a Philco Corporation ham radio receiver, BC-1066B, with plaque mark Signal Corps U.S. Army and Malayan Radio Corp B type, the power supply that comes with it. And then they got the speakers there too. Be interesting to see what this thing runs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it ran for about $12. I'm looking here. The bidding closed on the lot. Live bidding started. Looks like the high bid was $12. Bidding history. Let's just look at that. Oh, that was back in 2018 too. So that's a piece of junk.
Oh no, this one has I-band and G-band as well. Yeah, so A and B might not be that different, I don't know.
I can see how people end up with all this junk that they don't know what to do with. For me, I wouldn't buy this thing to keep it. I'd just buy it to resell it if it was, worth anything. So anyways, let me know if you recognize that or, in your travels there, if you find it. I'll send Randy a copy of it as well. And my theory is it's a one-of-a-kind radio.
It could be, yeah. I still think that it was, they were pretty crafty back in the day, and they took something. It looked like maybe someone took an old chassis and modified it, but I don't know. It's strange that it's got that empty space there at the top panel.
No, everything is fits just like it was manufactured. There wasn't any modification done to it. Pretty sure about that. The above it. Are you talking about the top piece?
Yeah, the panel where you have the frequency dial or readout there that you can see right through to your pegboard behind it.
No, that's just because that little piece on top, it looked like a hinge. I think there was a door that went over that.
Oh, I see. Maybe it pulled out and covered it?
Yeah, I think that hinge, there was a door that went on that hinge and broke off. And that covered the, so everything looked seamless. Because the part where you see where the tubes are, that had a wood piece of cover over that. And then the other side, which is actually the front side, has a solid piece that they can't remove. So the thing would look just like a piece, just a solid piece of wood with those fins on it. And you'd set it to what you want, close the cover, and listen to it. And if you wanted to turn the frequency, you'd pull the cover off, probably not off, but you would open the cover, almost like a top of a record player, right? You'd open the cover and you turn it to, a certain frequency. I don't know if it had, if it was amateur radio, it probably had a super headodone. It had the ability to put, carry a wave on it, which means you could do CW and single sideband if they even had it then. Sure, the AM was big then, way bigger than single sideband was back in the 30s.
Yeah, I would think so.
Anyway, didn't cost me anything, so I got it down in my basement, and I looked at it one of these days home. Actually, I would love to give it to an antique radio guy. There's a couple of them out there that restore stuff like this. I don't know what they would do with this, but it would be interesting to send it to them and see if they could restore it.
Sure is interesting.
It's a nice size. It's only maybe 3 foot wide by maybe 2 foot high, and maybe another 2 foot deep.
It's obviously bigger than it looks.
Yeah, no, it's not that big. I mean, it's light. It's pretty easy to carry, and I looked at it carefully. The belt that drives the variable capacitor was all deteriorated. I have to put a new belt on it and calibrate it, and lots of stuff would need to be done to really get this thing working properly.
Yeah, it would take a fair amount of work.
Anyway, 73's Randy. I'm going to get ready for bed here. I'm really running on empty.
I am too. So, 73's, we'll talk to you some other time. Have a good one.
All right, bro. Take care of 73's. Have a good night. W2MUR.
KHT3, KXP. KHT3, KXP.